You ready? You want to go outside? You can go outside for a walk? Girl. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of 60 Formula. Hope you're doing well today. Today we're just walking Miss Gila's big old fluffy booty around the block. And in our walk today, we're gonna be teaching you some amazing tips that are gonna help you walk your dog a whole lot better if they're pulling and tugging, because most of the time, these guys like to pull and tug whenever you're going on a walk. Break. Yes.
You want another dog just like that one?
No, thank you.
Is that a girl?
Yes.
I got a boy.
You have a boy husky? Where do you live?
Right here at 1818.
I already have two.
Already have two?
Yeah, I have another one at home.
Why would anybody just stop? I live in two houses across the little creek.
Okay, I will.
I'd like to get rid of it. The people's being mean to me.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. It's really hard to get your Doggeroni pizza to do one of these sit and stays whenever you're going on a walk. So today I'm gonna teach you guys exactly how to get into the groove, get into the swing of getting your dog to sit and listen to you when you go on a walk. It's super imperative because going on a walk can be one of the most dangerous things you can do with your dog. What happens if you fall over or your dog runs away from you, runs out into traffic, like right out there? So it's very important to get used to the tips and tricks necessary to walking your Siberian Huskaroni pizza on a leash. And the very first tip that we recommend is get yourself a short bungee lead. You don't have to have a super long leash when you're teaching your dog how to properly walk. Now, typically I use one of these short bungee leads. They're only about 6 to 10 feet long. And what this does is it teaches your dog to get used to walking next to you, not far away. Now, everyone in the world will decry flexi leads. They'll be like, never use a flexi lead. They always hurt people every single time. The fact of the matter is that you have to be responsible in order to use a flexi lead. So just start out with one of these. If you're a beginner, start out with just a short bungee leash, and then let's teach your doggo the basics. Now, if your dog cannot sit outside, we recommend you teaching them how to sit inside and then move your way to sitting outside. They're two different training processes. If your dog can't sit just like this before you even go on a walk outside, you have to start there. So do yourself a favor, make sure your dog can at least sit and stay before you start doing hardcore walkies. Siberian Huskies love to pull. No matter how well trained they are or not, they always want to pull you because they want to lead the way. Huskies are born leaders. That's what they do. And if you have a husky that don't do it, well then I guess your husky is meant for the booty in the back, baby. So just get used to your husky pulling a little bit. You can master them to stand by your side and heel perfectly. That's just all up to you. You gotta decide, broski malowski. Now I'm gonna mention this right now. It's not on the list of tips and tricks, but it is worth mentioning. Be sure that you bring a whole bunch of high value treats with you when you're doing your walk. Doggos love to respond and listen very well when you got like turkey or dog treats in your hand, so don't forget them. And also don't forget those poopy bags. Your dog's probably gonna do a number 2, especially Huskies. When they get moving and they get that exercise going, they like to squirt out like 3 or 4 number 2s. Walking the dog, having so much fun walking the dog. Now, I do say a lot on the channel that you should wear a harness whenever you're walking your Doggeroni pizza. Harnesses are just amazing because they pull at the shoulders of your dog when you're walking them instead of the throat. But I want to say this whenever you are teaching your dog to walk. Try and use a neck collar like I'm doing here, because this is going to get their attention the most. When you pull on your dog at their neck, which you shouldn't do, you shouldn't practice that because it does hurt their neck and their throat. But when you pull at their neck, when they're being pulled from their neck, they tend to stop the behavior that they're doing faster. Whenever Huskies are being pulled from their shoulders in a harness, they don't really care about that. So, you know, if you want to stop your dog, okay, thanks for the Twitter message, Diane. If you really want to knock out that pulling and that tugging, go ahead and put a neck collar on them, because this is going to keep them closer to you and it's going to keep them more controlled. When a doggo gets older and they get more used to walking around, that's when you can use the harness, especially if you're thinking about going out in public. Ooh, look at this nice loose leash right here. I love it. This is the kind of magic you're looking for. When your leash is just hanging and chilling like this is the best case scenario. This is when you want to bust out the treats and be like, good job, doggo. Now this right here, this is the problem. This is what you want to try and cut out. But like I said, it's natural for a husky to practice this. So don't get mad every single time your doggo is pulling. Now, every once in a while, every few hundred feet, I make Gila stop and sit. This is just good practice for her to listen to my commands and pay attention to what I'm saying. So every few hundred steps, what I do is I have Gila just sit and stay. Look at this leash, just perfect. Sit. Good girl, that's good girl. So one of the biggest tips that I always offer people is that progress is the reward and digress is the punishment. So if they're doing something you don't like, look, that's pulling. That's a good girl. Thank you so much. Break. There you go. That was a much better launch. So once you do this over and over and over again, your doggo is going to calm down and eventually they're going to get it. And that's when you reward them by moving forward. Now Gila is tugging me a little bit more right here, but that's okay. I'm just going to let her keep going. Gila, sit. Good girl. That's good girl. Now you can see there's something in the road right here. I think it's doo-doo that she really, really wants, but I'm going to get her to skip that by making her sit. Thank you. And I'm going to tell her to stay, stay, stay. And now basically I'm standing directly on top of whatever it is that she wants. So I'm just going to block that from her. She's not going to be able to access that. Break. Ah. Gila. Gila. Go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you. So that's how you basically dodge objects that are on your walk. What I do is I just stand in front of it and make sure that they are blocked from ever messing with it. Now at this point in the walk, Gila's doing pretty good. She's slowing down a little bit. Her excitement is wearing down, and you're gonna find that the longer you walk your husky, the more energy that they expel, and they're gonna be way, way, way tired. I just wanted to make this video for you guys so you guys can see how we practice our walks every single day. Come on. No more DMs. You did enough Twitter for today. You did more Twitter than I've done. You're doing pretty good, lady. You're doing pretty good. You're like a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10 right now. Yeah. Walking my cute big booty on a Sunday evening, and it feels so good. Look at that booty flag waving all over the place in the neighborhood. Now there's a whole bunch of other things that you can do if you want to walk your doggo way more professionally. For example, you can teach your dog to heel, which basically means your dog will walk right by your side. Now, I'm not that strict when it comes to Gila or Britney Spears. As long as they're moseying along and they're keeping the leash nice and loose, then I'm fine with it. But some people really, really prefer their dog be by their side and walking at a mega, mega slow pace. And I may teach Gila to do that when she gets a little bit older, but for now, she's only 2 years old, so she's still kind of a pepperoni pizza. Come on, bub. Now, this is basically what heel looks like. She's like right by my feet right now, and we're just cruising along. She's by my side. Now, in order to do this, you kind of have to look at my hand right here. I'm holding it back so that I'm making sure she's always standing by my side. This is basically how you begin to practice heel. And there's a whole bunch of other things that you can do, like taking a book inside and teaching your dog how to put 2 feet on a book. I'll show you that whole method one day. But for right now, if you want to teach your dog to heel, hold that leash back like this and walk next to your husky. It's a lot easier said than done, especially when you're holding the camera. Look at that butt strut. Go butt.
Like, Dad, it's a human.
Yeah.
Do you know it's a human? Can I touch him?
Yeah, she doesn't bite or anything.
Hey, you're beautiful.
Oh, no. She just loves kisses. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Joe Birdie, see you later now that you've had enough. Bye.
Don't poke people in the face. Don't poke people in the face. Second stranger we met today, and you gotta poke them right in their face. That's good. Tip number 538, teach your husky not to jump in other people's faces. She's like, Dad, that's an episode for another day. All right, and tip number 3, this is basically the best tip that I have for you guys. I always practice this, and it comes in handy. Whenever you're approaching a road like this, whenever you're approaching a street, make your husky sit before they cross. Every single time. Gila, sit. Good girl. That's my good princess. You gotta wait for daddy to cross the street. Stay. Good girl, stay. Okay, break. Good girl. Now I'm gonna let her run a little bit because the asphalt is just a little bit too hot for her little pink feet. And basically, those are the 3 tips and tricks that I have for you guys. Practice them, use them well, assess them positively. They will come in handy and teach your Doggeroni Pizza how to become an effective walker. When you apply all 3 together, they learn how to walk at a steady pace, and you learn how to become a more patient person. All right, we're gonna cross the street again, okay? So I need you to do me a favor. Can you sit? Good girl. Stay. You ready? Break. Run across the asphalt! Run! Oh my god! Run! We had a blast hanging out today. It was so much fun teaching you guys how to properly walk your Huskaroni pizza. Look at Hila, she's like, I'm poopity doopity. I'm number 2. If you guys had fun today, on today's walk, hit that like and hit subscribe so you don't miss any more Huskaroni Pizza episodes. And we'll see you next time with another episode of guess what? Yup, you guessed it, whatever we make. Peace!